The poem describes a family being forced to flee their home. After the fall of ISIL in Mosul, poetry can be read in public and music played again. KHALID RAWI accompanies the reader on the oud. He describes what it was like being a musician in the Iraqi city when ISIL was in control.
If ISIL found out you were a musician, you could be lashed, your instrument would be destroyed, you could be imprisoned and even beheaded. I stayed at home, I grew a beard and was careful. I would lock the doors and play quietly without using a pick. I just strummed the strings gently, using my fingers instead.
The battle for Mosul has been described as the most violent and destructive in Iraq's history. The UN estimates at least 40,000 homes were destroyed. Local government says more than $42 billion is needed to rebuild the city and surrounding towns in Nineveh province. This cafe has become a centre for cultural life since ISIL's defeat late last year. Mosul was famous for its literature, art and music before ISIL took over in 2014.
Reconstruction starts with rebuilding souls before houses. We can't put bricks down until our souls are restored after the catastrophe that happened to us. To read is to be alive. Reading means new ambitions and new dreams.
Organisers say volunteers have come together and pooled their money to hold a book forum at the cafe.
The core idea is how to create awareness among the youth. ISIL used to burn books on philosophy, history, poetry, and even some religious books, but we found that many of the Central Library's books have survived. We started a voluntary campaign where we rescued more than 33,000 books and started the fair.
And booksellers are now returning to the streets.
We want to bring books to the people. The pavement is a great place to sell them because people are coming back. Mosul was known as a cultural centre with many writers and intellectuals who used to live here.
The UN says it could take more than a decade to clear all the unexploded munitions that lay among the rubble, making it dangerous for many of the approximate 1 million people who want to return. But for Khalid and his fellow artists, the rebuilding of Mosul's spirit in its music, poetry, literature and art has already begun. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera.